Every day you have the capacity for deciding to assume responsibility for your life, or to let it control you. You can either be proactive, or you can be receptive by permitting different conditions to give orders. Assume responsibility for your life, to assume liability for yourself and for each aspect of your life. You can approach and solve problems with greater ease, and eventually feel less tension in your life. An intriguing idea that I ran over in my readings as of late is one whereby you consider yourself to be the CEO of your own life. If you somehow happen to apply this idea to yourself, how might you run your life? What kind of vital arranging would you participate in? And how might you imagine your future? So, to learn more about how we can take small steps to regain control of our life. Sometimes, assuming back responsibility for your life begins with rediscovering what is most important to you, figuring out how to deal with yourself, or setting aside a few minutes for the individuals and things that you love. Here are 5 powerful tips that illustrate what's possible. 1. Treat yourself as well as you would a guest. It's easy to forget just how powerful our subconscious minds can be. We are often completely unaware of how our actions or inactions are affecting our lives. We may complain that things never work out for us, we have bad luck, or we just don't have what it takes to be successful. What we fail to realize is that we are actually creating our own circumstances through subconscious self-sabotage. In order to overcome self-sabotage, we first have to use conscious awareness to explore our emotions and fears, and understand how they influence our actions. Once we have determined the cause of the destructive behavior, we can then take steps to prevent it from happening in the future. 2. Make a habit of trying new things. Moving to a new restaurant won't break the laws of time and space. I know it sounds nuts, but it's scientifically proven. The way our brains interpret time is subjective, and new experiences happen more and more slowly. Think of your most recent trip to a new town. You walked through different neighborhoods, devoured food you'd never tasted, chatted with strangers, saw things you'd never seen before. You've probably squeezed a month's worth of life out of those few days. 3. Be disciplined about your time. When we can handle our time well, so we have space for the things that matter. In time management, they call this the not urgent but important quadrant of activities. Also known as quadrant 2. However, where most people spend their time is with the not urgent and not important activities. Also known as quadrant 4. Also known as the time wasters. However, our ability to self-discipline comes largely from our ability to manage our time effectively. Since we all have the same amount of time in the day, we cannot waste it. 4. Learn how to say no. Sonia Parker said, "Live your life for you, not for anyone else." Don't let the fear of being judged, rejected, or disliked stop you from being yourself. Saying no doesn't mean you are disrespectful, egotistical, or unkind. All of these are unhelpful beliefs which make it difficult to say no. Learning from where those beliefs originated is a great way to learn to let go of them. Have you ever wondered that when you were a little kid it was so easy to say no, and why it has been so hard now? What went wrong? Okay. We learned as kids that saying no was impolite or unacceptable. But now that we are all adults, we are more experienced and willing to make our own decisions, and realize the difference between right and wrong. 5. Embrace what your life is trying to teach you. Life can be a persistent teacher. Dreaming, believing, and striving for an incredible future is always fine, not just an all-right future, but a truly awesome one. But success still comes at a price. Are you willing to pay it? You are where you are now, because of yesterday's decision. Your decisions today will decide whether tomorrow you'll have an amazing or regrettable life. When we can accept change, learn from it, and become all the better for experiencing it, change is no longer our enemy. It becomes our teacher. Finally, since you have reached the end of the video, I would like to reward you with a free book on how to accomplish more in a fraction of the time. And a special course in Mindfulness Practitioner Coach course. If you like the video, give it a 2 thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want more, subscribe to the channel.